And if you want to sit, you can sit into the, why take an inferior sub? I want you to sub them from the top. Yeah? 1, 2, 3. See how much of that fabric is going across all the way to the inside of my palm. And then I'm just holding it like this. I'm not squeezing, because you squeeze, you're going to burn out your forearms. So I'm just holding it, and I have this in place so that when he pulls it, I follow. I follow, okay? And I'm not squeezing. You squeeze, you melt your forearms. Next, I want my knuckles to be on top of his wrist. Not out to the side, not over here, because then he can wrist roll and break the grip. I'm here, knuckles are on top, and I follow. He follows, he tries to wrist roll, I follow. I maintain my grips, okay? So we're in here, we open up, come out to the side, place, place. You're going for your different things. Our first one is we're going up high, and we're knocking them over. Okay? So we're here, I got my hook grips. You can start first with sticking your thumb in. It's illegal technically to go inside, but we're not gonna stay there. We're gonna stay here so I can get a lot of fabric and then roll, and then take my thumbs out. Open up, place, place. And then we're just trying to play around, make sure he has nothing. I'm gonna take him up and over, knock out the legs, and then we're gonna go here. Keep the grips. So I'm gonna show you the finish that we went over Monday. And you're gonna say, why are we revisiting stuff? Well, unless you've mastered what we went over Monday, I'd like you to keep learning it. 1, 2, 3. He has room. I need to get him kind of up. See how he's kind of leaning forward? And he feels like he's gonna fall. I'm gonna help him fall by taking him up and over and then blocking that far leg. And there's different ways to block it. I can block it here. I can block it like kind of like this shallower, but I'm not gonna let go of this, okay? But notice I have this tension where he can't get his arms. So go ahead and use your arms to pass. Use your arms to pass. You see how worthless his arms feel? And I'm not using any energy. I'm just hook gripping, tension, and I need this push and pull. Almost everything in jiu-jitsu is a pull and a push. Pull and push. And that's how I get the tension. And the reason I move around, the way I move around is I bend my legs, because that's how I maintain the tension depending on where he is. So go ahead, try to pass or move around. See, we're moving around, until I'm ready. And then I keep this. When I'm trying to take him over, I have nothing to get them over that hump, right? Because I want him, so put your hands behind your back, and then I want you to lean forward, get up on your knees, keep your body straight, lean forward. Keep leaning forward, keep leaning forward, keep leaning forward. This is what I want. Because then I want him to have no, do you see how at the end he put his hands out? If he didn't put his hands out, what would happen? His face. And so what is the whole purpose with the spider guard is he doesn't have any hands to plant. But I need to get him coming up and forward to where he's run out of real estate. And I don't, if I fully extend too early, look, I don't have anything, right? So that's what the tension's for. I got tension, then when I'm ready, then I extend. This wouldn't be a good move if the person you're going against is really, really tall, because I'm fully extended. Right, there's nothing. I need to have some where I fully extend and I have enough extension to get him over. Does that make sense? And I keep it here. I do not release it until I get down. Why? Because I want to slide it off so I can transition right away to my next step, which is we're going to do this. Because I transition quick from this. As soon as I get it, I'm going to do wedge, wedge, and then I'm here. Okay, so I've taken him over here. I immediately, because he's thinking, what is he thinking? He went over. What's his next move?
Hip bump escape.
Yeah, he's thinking hip bump escape. He's thinking cross my arms. He's doing all kinds of things. I don't give him that chance. While we're in the transition, I'm straightening, I'm locking my arms out. I put him in a straight jacket and I wedge. And then I wedge this way. Now I can relax. I just kind of take a breath. So now I'm going to tap him. Okay? But before that, I didn't release my grips because I don't want him to have arms. I step and I immediately wedge wedge. Now I can relax as we're gonna sub him. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm immediately crossing, and I have my arms locked because I don't want to use muscle. I want to use leverage. And how hard is it for him to break this? Very hard, because he's fighting my bone structure. I've locked his arms. My first wedge is with my knee. Okay, because this is more secure. Because what's he gonna do? He can't go that way. I have his arms trapped. I have my first wedge high up under his defense. My second wedge, then I shift my weight to my buttock. And I'm kind of on the side of my, what muscle is this? Anyone? I don't know, whatever it is. I'm sitting, you feel all the weight? Mm-hmm. And then I'm gonna close this gap between my heel and my knee. So now he's here. Now, if I wanna sub him, I want, which arm?
The bottom.
Whichever arm, right? The top or the bottom, depends on depends on what he gives me. The top one's here, generally I'm going to take this, I can finish here, but I wanna put it in my pocket. And then I'm gonna sit on it with I'm gonna bend my body and sit on it. Because now, where's his arm? He can't get it back. How is he gonna use this arm to defend his other arm? He can't, so what does he have to do with this arm? He has to hide it. Where's he hiding it? I don't care. He can only hide it behind my own leg. So here's what I do. I open up my leg, I get my grip, and then I bring it back. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shave his face with the inside of my thigh, but I'm staying on top. I don't wanna fall back. I don't wanna lose my powerful mount position. I'm gonna shave his face and pinch my knees, and I'm gonna go high, and I'm gonna lean and finish. And I can wrist lock as well. I can wrist lock here, I can go here, I can go here, I can do a lot of things. But it all started with just this. Yeah? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Try it. Generally, what's everyone taught with defense, right? They are taught to like pray, keep their elbows in and down. This is the defense everyone does, and then they start to work their different subs or escapes. So the whole goal of this move is to get under. I don't care if he has all that praying stuff, I don't care, because my goal is to get as high up on his elbows as possible. I want his arms high, and I want his arms crossed. So here he's strong. Here he's weak. Okay, strong, weak. How many difference of inches is that? Like 6 inches. That's the difference between whether he's gonna defend or not defend. And I'm gonna make him gas the heck out by having to fight all my weight from this position. Because what does he have to do to get out? He's gonna try to drive me this way. He's gonna try to buck me. Well, he can't buck me because I'm here. He can't drive me down because I'm wedged up high. But here, I have very hard to get his arms if he crosses the right arm. Here, I don't care how his arms are. I'm gonna get an arm or in the other. So cross it however you want. Well, cross your arms how you want. See here, just pick out, I pull out. But because the key is I'm very high up, I've got him in a straitjacket, and I make it as tight as possible. When you see back in those movies where they put people in straitjackets, this is the position they're in. They have their arms all down here and stuff, but that's not good for submissions. For me, I'm doing it high. See that? And then I want this close together, because it takes a lot of strength for him to, I don't know anyone who's very strong pushing out this way, right? Nobody's strong there. Nobody can move a lot of weight. So high up in their elbows, wedged high here, and then no space, and then close. Now, here's another key. Look at my weight right now. It's vertically aligned. We're at a T. I don't want to be at a T. I'm gonna kind of lean over. You feel that? Uh-huh. There's a lot more weight because now all of my weight is on him as I start to dig. And see, I might adjust a little so I can find this. He's gonna have his hand with my leg. You don't get to use my leg as defense. Then I put it back. And then I lean. And if you want to sit, you can sit into the, why take an inferior sub? I want you to sub them from the top. Yeah? 1, 2, 3. These arms can't go any further. I want to go as high as possible. I am up in this stuff because I want it so tight. Because I'm down here, nothing. No pressure. But look, I will shoot my leg and I'm squeezing my knees too. Pull the elbow, switch, sit. And then I'm still going up high. Look how uncomfortable he is. I'm not even doing anything yet. Now look, 1, 2, 3, 4, open, close, shave the face, and I'm still pinching my knees, and I'm here. Yeah? Again, you can have an omoplata. You want to fall, but why would you go to an inferior position? Finish on top. Got it? 1, 2, 3.